It's National Report Card Day, and one of the first female police officers taking a trip down memory lane.
The Bahamas Tonight Northern Edition starts now.
This is the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. Good evening, I'm Natalia Hall. Thank you so much for tuning in. Topping the news this evening, a second murder recorded on Grand Bahama this week. Once again, a young man is the victim. Sabrina Brown gives us details of last night's homicide and the progress police are making into this latest incident.
Police were called to the scene of a fatal shooting at a business establishment in the West Mall Shopping Center around 10:40 Thursday night. Officer in charge of the Central Division, Chief Superintendent Wendell Smith, spoke with ZNS News at the scene.
The preliminary information is that a male who was seated on the inside of that establishment was accosted and would have received apparent gunshots. He ran on the outside of the building where he collapsed on the outside.
Police wasting no time with their investigations. Assistant Commissioner of Police Clarence Reckley giving this update during a press briefing Friday morning.
I can report at this time we're making significant progress, and I'm pleased to say that we have at this time 2 persons of interest in custody and are assisting us in advancing our investigations. And as the day progresses, we should be able to give you some additional information with regards to our progress.
He says police are also following significant leads into the island's first murder for the year. A man believed to be Joel Augustine was gunned down in the Gladstone Terrace area after 11 o'clock on New Year's night.
That is still being actively investigated, and we believe we're on the right track with that. And hopefully by day's end, I should be able to give you some additional information on that matter.
The Assistant Commissioner says he's confident that their crime-fighting efforts will yield positive results in 2018.
The team here in Grand Bahama is up to whatever challenges comes our way. We know we're able to resolve and move forward with positive results.
Sabrina Brown, ZNS Network News.
In other news, law enforcement officers arresting 2 American citizens after they were found in possession of illegal firearms and ammunition on the island of Abaco. Reports are that on Thursday, January 4th, shortly before 4 p.m., police, Customs, and Defense Force officers went to a residence in Eastern Shore's Marsh Harbor where they discovered a .22 pistol that contained 22 rounds of ammunition and 1 air pistol. 2 American citizens were arrested and taken into custody. Investigations into this matter are continuing. Tonight, a young woman is calling on the powers that be to protect the rights of those in the workforce, especially young people. She is making damaging allegations against her former employer and is asking for an investigation to be conducted. Shoshana Farquharson reports.
21-year-old Cliche Bevins has been employed with Superbucks Pharmacy for the past 7 months as a cashier and sometimes floor attendant. But she says she was taken aback when her employer, Susie Darville, who is also a pastor, announced that the employees would be fired if they did not join her church.
Last year, 2017, my employer had a meeting about going to her church, Miracle Arena. She said if we have a ministry that we attend already, we'd have to leave. And if we don't, we'll have to go to her church or we'll be fired or terminated.
Bevin says they were also told that if they are already a member of a church, they would have to bring in a letter from their pastor to prove that they are spiritually based. The young girl notes that they were advised that this new policy would begin January 2018.
Tuesday, she's a Bible study, and I didn't attend, me or the other woman. And she called me in the office that day and fired me because I wasn't there. She asked me if I had to choose between her church or like not going, and I choose not to go. So she told me this is where we have to sever ties. You have to let me go.
Bevins says even though she passed what was supposed to be the probationary period of 3 months, she was told that she was not permanent after working at the organization for over 7 months.
After she said 3 months is probation period, and I passed it, but she said she never talked to me about being permanent or anything. She said nobody really is permanent.
And to make matters worse, the fired employee says workers were paid $201.80. She assumed that national insurance was being deducted, but when she visited the local department, there was no record of her being employed at the store and no deductions made on her behalf. Her father, Henry Bannister, says he cannot believe that his daughter was fired for not attending church.
Being forced to join a church and take religion or your job, and hearing it happen to my kid is kind of like what to do. We don't need this. And the child is trying to go to college and was saving the money up, and I was assisting on the way. Now this, if you forcing people to come to church, it just ain't right. Just ain't right. People have free will and choices.
Shoshina Farquharson, ZNS Network News.
Now, our ZNS News team spoke with the owner of Superbucks Pharmacy, Pastor Susie Darville, who says it is a personal decision that all of her employees are connected to a church. She says it is her wish that people are more spiritually connected who work at her establishment. She knows that Keishla Bevins was not fired but given a choice to join a church, which she believes is a corporate decision, while she admits that she advised employees who does not attend her church to bring in a letter to prove that they are spiritually connected. She contends that as a believer of Christ, everything that pertains to her business and anyone working there has to be under one spiritual mindset. As far as the payment of national insurance, Darville promised to pay the outstanding contributions. Today was National Report Card Day in the public school system throughout the country. Here on Grand Bahama, many parents took advantage of the opportunity to get an update on the progress of their students. Shoshina Farquharson reports.
It is a day that some students look forward to and others do not. National Report Card Day. Many parents filing into the schools throughout Grand Bahama to get the results from the fall 2017 term. For one parent, Sylvia Roll, she refused to purchase any Christmas gifts until she found out if her children were successful this term.
Wait first, because especially my little boy here, he like to play that game he have home. So what I did, I tell him, if his report card don't look excellent to me, well, he's not getting anything. But now I have to take that thought back. So I could go ahead and buy the Christmas gift.
I feel very well having to know about how I do so good on my report card and that I can finally have my Christmas/New Year gift.
This student from St. George's High School says this is her last year in school and she worked extremely hard to get good grades last semester.
I'm graduating this year, so I'm excited and I'm trying to make a good grade point average. And I think my hard work has definitely paid off for all my studies. Yeah.
Parent Sheila Miller says she's not entirely satisfied with her daughter's grades, noting that there is always room for improvement. However, she says her daughter's GPA this time around was much higher than the term before.
She's improving, but she still has some more work to do. Some areas she's still not up to her potential. Okay. So we're still working with her on English literature. That's one of the areas where she didn't do so good this time. And she did really well in our math exam, but I guess the teacher's saying that they're not turning in the homework, and that's very important.
For principals Shannon Roll at Jack Hayward Jr. and Carolyn Roll at Hugh Campbell Primary, they are both pleased that their schools excelled last term.
Each department came up with strategies on how to retain the information and how to assess throughout the term the weaknesses so that they can capitalize on strategies to help them with their weaknesses. And we found that with the results, those initiatives and those strategies were effective. This term we had about 83 students that were on an honor roll, and that would have been the most we've ever had.
Pleased about what I saw with the report cards and signing them. I was overjoyed in seeing so many persons with 3.0 or more, and so that means we are trending in the right direction, and hopefully we hold through.
Shashina Farquharson, ZNS Network News.
Stay with us. The Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, continues in just a moment.